Oh, hi guys. It's me again, Gerald. Oh my goodness. I don't know if you can hear properly. If you can hear me really, if it's really loud or... The good thing with the microphone is I don't have to shout anymore. So, because I'll probably blow your ears off if I drive. If I shout. Drive and shout, yeah. Hang on. I have to be careful here. Oops. There you go. I was just saying to my wife, people might say, well, you're divorced, she's your ex-wife. But it's really difficult to say ex-wife if you're still living with that person. And, you've got children with that person. I don't know what she calls me. Well, amongst other things. I don't know if she calls me my ex-husband. Maybe. I don't know. But for me, it's difficult. I find it difficult to say my ex. Well, anyway, I was just talking to my wife and I was saying it's almost impossible living in this house. It's so cold. So cold. And I'm not ashamed to say today I asked my wife for the 100 quid because I get 100 quid every week for myself and the dogs. And I asked for it early. It's I usually get it on a Saturday, but I just need to take a few dogs out because there's a cleaner there. I don't know, my wife uses a cleaner, she can't handle cleaning. So people might think, oh, cleaner, so you must have loads of money. No, she deals with the money. I don't know what's going on. And I keep myself to myself. I'm smart enough not to ask any questions anymore. Because it only... they either get no answer or I get no answer. I think though, because my wife is so used to she's so used to dealing with the money, the bills. When bills come in, she deals with them. She reads all the all the bills, all the paperwork. Because with ADHD you have that problem, don't you? Like you can't read bills, you can't, because it's so boring. And so you switch off really, really quickly, really easily. And also, when your eyesight's a bit bad, then there's another reason or excuse not to read your letters. So, it's really, really cold in the house, and I'm just thinking if I get another house in the countryside, it's definitely not going to be this big. It's going to be a smaller place. So it's going to be okay. To heat up this house, it costs a lot of money. And then you've got the outbuildings. There's a room, it's like a playroom with a pool table there. As soon as you walk out, yesterday I had to walk in there to show the electrician, because the electrician is checking the whole house, and you could just smell the mold. It's so potent. And he was saying, he's from Scotland, this guy, and he was saying, yeah, you have to heat up even the outbuildings because otherwise it becomes moldy. And he was saying it must cost you a bomb to heat up the outbuildings and the main house, the corridor and the annex. And I was thinking, yeah, Little does he know we don't have any money to even use the central heating. So it's so cold inside. So cold, but it gets right into your bones. And now my thumb, the joint of my thumb, is actually in pain. When I was inside, I thought, oh my God, it's actually painful. My nose is freezing, my ears a little bit, but the tips of my toes, my hands are freezing. And the kitchen is so dusty and dirty, and it's got the dog dander. So another lovely tailgater. It's a woman this time. Oh. The women are worse than men, I tell you. I'm going to keep to 30 miles an hour. See how she likes it. She could overtake me if she wants. A young 25, 30-year-old woman, all full of spunk. Well, not spunk, but doing 27. 28. Yeah, that's it. I'm going to stick at 28. I'm not even going to reach the 30. I can't be bothered. Anyway, what was I going to say? Until I was rudely interrupted by that lady. Well, my own thoughts about that lady. You know, 29, 30, and she's still keeping up with me. She would rather I do about 35 miles an hour, so I get shafted. No, you can get shafted, and I'm going to go even slower. See if I can hit 25 miles an hour. No, I won't do that. But it doesn't matter. It could be raining, could be snow, and you have to do 30 miles. It's as if 30 miles an hour is not the limit. It's like the lowest you can go. There's no low, there's no heights. 30 miles an hour. Oh, that means you have to go at 30 miles an hour. No. It's an actual speed limit. So it's so freezing, so cold. Yeah, try and follow me now. I was going to say the B word. No, I better not say that. Otherwise I'll get in trouble. I don't want to say that word anyway. Let's see how good you really are. Yeah, so that's the situation at the moment. I'm actually going out just to get some heat on my bum, because this car, the seat heats up, and so it's nice and warm. Like the windscreen is warm now, and I made. It's not even a tea; it's just hot water with slippery elm and milk and some xylitol. It doubles up as a kind of hand warmer. Ooh, nice and warm. But even if it's really, really hot, with this weather, with this amount, with this cold, it becomes warm after about 10 minutes. After 20 minutes cold. But my feet are absolutely freezing. So I was just saying to my wife, this is not how people live, Or maybe it is, like some poor elderly people, that's how they live. They've got not enough money for heat. And that's why last year, what that Keith Stalin, was disgusting, to those poor old people, who don't have maybe enough money. Every year they get I think £100, £200 or whatever to help with the heat bills. And I think he took it off for a number of people. And I don't know the ins and outs, but it just seems like a disgusting thing to do, especially to old people. Those old people, the elderly, they went through wars. They went through hard times. You know, they were part of this country, and now they get shafted by this communist. My family were Jewish, you know. I knew there was something odd about his name. Keir Starmer. Keir, where does that come from? Isn't that a German name? All these Germans. If you think about it, like the royal family, they were German. They weren't even English. So I was just saying to my friend, do you know that you're more English than the royal family? And yet they're the ones that ruled the English. I don't know. House of Windsor. Oh, what was it called before that? House of Schlein. I don't know. Some German name. Schleinstein. House of Frankenstein. Yeah, it would be good if that guy ruled. If that guy was the king, Frankenstein. Could you imagine? Frankenstein. I don't know if any of you guys, younger guys, I used to watch. Oh no, there's no spaces here. Oh, where can I park? I have to park somewhere where I don't usually park, so I can hide the doggies so they don't make any trouble for anyone else. Here we go. I'm gonna have to wait until the place becomes available, or maybe I'll just stay here. I don't know. So, back to my ramblings. The house is so cold, and I don't like the cold. You know, some people say, yeah, I like the cold, I like going out in the snow. Yeah, but when you get back inside, into a warm house, a warm room, a warm bed, a warm sofa. There's nothing warm about our house. It's cold. The whole house is cold. It's outside it's cold, inside it's cold. You try going to the toilet and sit down. Bloody hell. You need one of those, like, toilet warmers. It's so cold. Like, when you breathe out, there's, like, steam coming out. You can see the steam coming out of your mouth. So, I don't know what to do. I was just saying to my wife, I can't bear it. It's cold. Fingers frozen, toes frozen, nose frozen, and coughing and like leaking because there's damp everywhere. Because if you don't heat up the house, mold is gonna rise up. You know, you're gonna have damp very quickly. You have to heat up the house to keep the mold down. It kind of doesn't make sense, because if you've got heat in the house and it's cold outside, you'll get condensation, right? And you're more likely to have like damp or mold in the windows. But if it's actually cold inside the house, it actually becomes damp. I can't explain it. I don't know the scientific mechanism or whatever. Like thank God, I've got an electric blanket that my friend bought for me. So thank God for her. A long time ago, what was it, last year? And I put the electric blanket on, and if my head touches the wall, I get a shock. I get like static shock because it's so cold and the walls are slightly damp. Bloody hell. I've never lived like this in my life. When I lived in London, in a terraced house, it was warm, you know. So I don't know what to do when I live in the countryside. Obviously, if you have a 2-bedroom house, it's not as expensive to heat up. So then that sorts that kind of problem out. But I think living in a terraced house is like, you can easily heat that up because you've got 2 houses either side that buffer you from the elements. Whereas if you've got no houses, you've got the elements attacking you. And you have to heat the house up. You can get away in a terraced house, not heating the house up. If you've got warmth from both sides, maybe you can get away with it. Maybe that's what some of the elderly do. They take the heat from their neighbours and then they pocket that money, the 100 quid or whatever, you know, for food or whatever. But yeah, it's horrible being cold. So I'm having to like get into this car because once you put the heating on in the car, it only has to heat up a small area. But once you switch it off, you know, there's no insulation, so it does get cold quickly again. So I'm going to go to the supermarket. At least it's warm there. Warm-ish. It's not really warm. And I'm going to have this because there's no point. They're going to start licking it anyway. Betty's definitely going to lick it. Although it's not tea, she'll think it's tea and start licking it and finish it off or make it drop. And yeah, because by the time I come back, it's going to be cold anyway. So I don't know, you guys. Are you suffering from the cold as well? Maybe some of you guys can't afford the heating. For me, it's not a choice. I don't have any money to heat the house. That house is super expensive. It's like buying a Ferrari and then not having the money to run it. Say you came into some money, 200 grand. A Ferrari's worth like 190 grand. You've got 10 grand left. After that money is over, what could you do? Can't insure it, can't put fuel in it, can't maintain it. And that's what we have with this house. This house is like a Ferrari. It consumes so much money. It's a money pit. As I said, just the insurance. How can the insurance be over £4,000? In our house in London was 300 quid a year. And our house in London was more expensive than this house. Worth more. Because it's a grade 2 listed building, 500-year-old building. Yeah, so I'm going to have to think about that. You know, how much does the house that I am going to buy, how much does it consume? How much will my outgoings be? How much money do I need? How much is the insurance going to be? Council, I think with the council tax, because I'm divorced, you get 25% reduction, I think. I'm not sure if it's in every area of England, I'm not sure. But maybe if I'm getting benefits, maybe they'll bring it down to 0. Who knows? I just don't know. But I have to factor that in. And how much energy it consumes, the house. If it consumes a lot of energy, then I won't be able to take it. So what I want to do is get solar panels, so within a few years I don't have to pay anything, unless I buy a house with solar panel system that works. Then you don't have to pay for electricity, and then I think give back to the grid or something. You could actually make money. So I really want to be like, how do you call it, self-sufficient. So I'm not consuming a lot and I'm earning some money, because part of financial independence is actually saving. So limiting your outgoings to almost zero, if you can do that. Someone's going to clip this and say I'm part of the Masons. Yeah, I got that funny comment saying that, because I had my hands, my, how do you call it, my logo, my two hands are like that, and I'm looking up. It basically is three fingers and one eye. That means something. Oh dear. I think people have got nothing to do. Think about your own life. Think about your own health, your own family. Yeah, I think conspiracy theories are fine. They're quite interesting, and I loved all those conspiracy theories. But at the end of the day, it takes you away from yourself and your goals or purpose in life. Unless your purpose in life is to, I don't know, uncover these conspiracies, these secret societies, or whatever they are. I don't know. Well, anyway, that was my talk for the day. I'm just going to the supermarket early because I just have to get out of the house. It's actually warmer out of the house than it is inside the house, because, as I said, I can heat this small space. And yeah, food's almost finished for the doggies anyway. I get chicken for the doggies, chicken drumsticks, and for Timmy I get fish. So I'm going to get some extra sweet potato, and what else am I going to get? Maybe potatoes. Be quiet, Betty. Be quiet. Sit down. Stop it. Shh. Shh. Yeah, she's just about to bark. If she barks, all of them will bark. So guys, I'll speak to you guys in another video, and I hope you're all well. Take care, and wherever you are in the world, if you're feeling cold, just try and keep yourself warm. Being cold is horrible. I even contemplated, I said, this is so bad that I'd rather go to a hot country like Spain or Italy just to get out of this cold, because it's cold and damp all over the UK. The warmest places, is it the Isle of Wight, or the south of England? And it's probably more expensive there anyway. Cheapest places in the UK are going to be Scotland and Wales, but it's more rugged, more cold there. Wales probably more wet. Scotland more cold. So I need a warm place, not a bloody cold place. The whole of the UK is roughly the same. Even if you go to Cornwall in the wintertime, it's going to be freezing. So I don't know. I'll have to think about this. I don't like the winter, because I get that SAD, seasonal affective disorder, or seasonally adjusted depression. Anyway, SAD, basically not low light, but the amount of daylight hours are so little, maybe 8 hours or a few hours, and at its lowest point And at its highest point, it's like 16 hours in the summer. So I like the summer more because my brain gets that stimulation, the UV light through the retina to affect serotonin production. And in the winter, if you wake up late, like 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock, already it's gloomy. And then the light goes away at like 3 o'clock. And like the day's gone and your brain has had no serotonin, no stimulus. But in the summertime, sun rises maybe, I don't know, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and then sets at about 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock. You've got so much time to blast your eyes with sun. What I'm saying, I'm not talking about sun gazing. You know, just looking out, normal day-to-day life. You wake up at 10 o'clock, oh, fine. You know, you've got lots of chances to bathe your retina with UV and increase that serotonin. That's what makes you happy. If your serotonin is low, then that's why the winter you suffer. And I'm struggling, especially now that I'm coming off medication. I've gone to the lowest dose that I've ever been in years. And yeah, today I just got really ratty, started shouting at the dogs. Because I think what I did is I made a mistake. I had coffee in the morning and I didn't have any carbohydrate. So I need I'll crash if I don't have any carbohydrate. So that was a lesson. After I had some bread and some chicken on top of it. Anyway, guys, I'll speak to you in another video. Hopefully talking about something more positive. Let me know if you guys can hear me properly on this microphone. I'll speak to you later. Take care. Have a nice day wherever you are. And cuddle up if you feel cold. Right, bye.